What's up, y'all? I'm Jordy, and today I'm using a Scraggy. Yes, a Scraggy. This Scraggy actually got second place at a big tournament in Thailand, which is insane to think about. I'm gonna make sure to link the creator of this in the description below, the person who used this team to get second place at an official tournament with a Scraggy. Because this team is just absolutely insane nutso. So, basically here's what it does. Scraggy is slower than Calyrex, so we've got a min-speed Calyrex and a min-speed Scraggy. What you do is you fake out and set Trick Room, and then Scraggy, being slower than Calyrex, can coach it before it throws off these Glacial Lances under Trick Room. It can also Endeavor or Foul Play to lower something's health so that Glacial Lance can get the KO, and then when you get KOs you get attack boosts and it spirals out of control. The other half of this team, which kind of meshes with it, is Miraidon, standard spec set, but this one's pretty bulky and slow. Farigiraf with Electric Seed, just a good mon to pair with both Calyrex and Miraidon. It helps control the Trick Room. Helping Hand on top of these Glacial Lances that are already coaching boosted just gets up to insaneness. And Iron Hands, another fake out user, a good sweeper under Trick Room, a mon that can take advantage of electric terrain, just excellent synergy. Finally, we've got this Iron Treads. Iron Treads gets a speed boost in the electric terrain, and is mostly here to handle opposing Miraidons, because high horsepower with Tera Ground and Life Orb can do so much damage, and you'll be faster than any Miraidons as long as the terrain is up because of your Quark drive. I hope this team works out. I mean, it is a Scraggy, but it seems like a super cool team, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's get into it. Alright, we've got, Iron Bundle, Iron Hands, Miraidon, Iron Treads, Farigiraf, and Ho-Oh. Those all benefit from the electric terrain. Probably an Electric Seed on either the Ho-Oh or the Farigiraf. Pretty cool combos. So we use Treads to help against their Miraidon, against most of their stuff, honestly. We just bring our own Treads. I'm gonna lead Treads. Maybe I lead Treads Miraidon and do a Cali Scraggy in the back. Iron Hands is not bad. Farigiraf would block Fake Out. And give me a Trick Room option on top of Calyrex. But I want Miraidon, and I want Calyrex-Ice, and I want Iron Treads. And I'm bringing Scraggy, like, don't get it twisted. Scraggy's coming to this game one way or another. So these have to be the 4. I guess the one thing Treads fears is Bundle's just a faster version of it. But Bundle doesn't necessarily like to see a bulky Miraidon that I have on my side. Or Calyrex. As long as I don't have to Tera the Calyrex. Ooh, they don't have a trainer card. Boo. Alright, Treads Ho-Oh. Cool. My Miraidon is very threatened, thank you. Thank you for asking. They're probably going high horsepower into my Miraidon, Sacred Fire into my Treads. If I win the speed tie, I can just get rid of their Treads. I think that's pretty solid on its own. And then if I Tera Fairy and Volt Switch their Ho-Oh, I can do some big damage there. The Tera Fairies just in case they high horsepower and get their high horsepower off. They call this an Iron Head, I mean, GG, you win. It's a crazy play to make, but it's reasonable, I guess. Ho-Oh Protect, alright, I'm not going to be able to Volt Switch out. Hopefully I win the speed tie at least. They Earthquake! Oh, they have Earthquake! And they win the speed tie. Fortunately, my Treads can take that. Whew! Alright, high horsepower should do it. Cool. Very cool. Unfortunately, they have the faster Miraidon, and haven't burned Tera yet. Alright, that mostly worked out. I don't hate how that came about. We got a KO, they didn't, but we burnt our Tera, we lost a lot of health. And our Miraidon wasn't able to swap. Iron Hands is an interesting one. See, like, this is where I would bring in Farigiraf if I had one. I could save treads for their Miraidon later. Getting into Scraggy wouldn't be the worst thing. I think I will just go for Volt Switch onto Ho-Oh again. I'd probably get faked out, but if I don't, that could be some good damage. And if they go for like Tera Grass, that's cool. Calyrex threatens. Clear Amulet. Makes sense on Ho-Oh, that's not what I expected. They do Tera the Ho-Oh into Grass. Okay. See what they click before, because like I might have to make a choice with who I Volt Switch into. I'm gonna have to make a call here. I guess the real question is, you faked out the Iron Tread slot, so you're gonna hit the Miraidon slot. I can keep Calyrex healthy by giving up treads here. Iron Tread's the Driven? Oh, because he's a wheel? I love that. Yeah, so Brave Bird, Sacred Fire, Tailwind? I did not see that coming. I'm gonna go ahead and fake out that Ho-Oh real quick. I guess hit Iron Hands for some big damage. Here, have a high horsepower, big damage, thank you. Iron Treads, you did your job well. Low kick isn't gonna do that much to Scraggy. Alright, well. I think I go into Miraidon here. Still want to get Trick Room up somehow, some way, someday. I think the way to do that is actually hard swap Scraggy into Calyrex. And then Volt Switch off of the Ho-Oh, leaving Iron Hands alive, back into Scraggy. So I want their Iron Hands to stay alive because it'll be at -2 if I pull that off. Fire into the incoming Calyrex! No! That hurt. That hurt a lot. Right, I Volt Switch the Ho-Oh. Maybe that should have been Dazzling Gleam then. -2 on that Iron Hands hopefully is enough. Heavy Slam. Doesn't take out Scraggy. Good. Okay. Now I'm in a position where I can actually get up Trick Room. Have to fake out the Ho-Oh. Iron Hands hopefully at -2 doesn't have the juice to finish off Cali. And we are min speed Cali, so it's unlikely the Iron Hands will get below us under Trick Room. Even then, no, Foul Play's not going to finish off Iron Hands. It resists at -2. Protect from Ho-Oh makes sense. So you go for all you can with the Iron Hands, right? Low kick makes sense. Not enough. Phew. Iron Hands is hitting hard in this terrain. But it's not enough. They swap Iron Hands, right? So you can get a fake out later. Does that make sense? So I just click Glacial Lance and Coaching. Don't see any other play. If they are min speed Iron Hands, then you should bring in Miraidon to get the boost. No, you wouldn't get the... Well, you would get the boost on electric moves if you have, like, Wild Charge, but now your defense is going to go up. Yeah, so you give up Iron Hands so you can have a fake out later. But this is going to double KO. So you're not going to have enough left to win with Iron Hands. Double Protect on Ho-Oh, that's what you do. Yeah, that makes sense. Didn't work. But that's what you needed to do. And even then, I don't know if it's enough, because there's so many turns of Trick Room remaining. I have to get the double protect twice. And even then, Scraggy Foul Play does maybe even enough to finish off the Ho-Oh from where it was at. Whew. Good job, Scraggy. You did what you needed to do. And thank you, Calyrex, for not getting burned. I did not think that's where Sacred Fire was going. I'm so sorry about that one. That's bad. Ooh. I wonder if they were calling that play, or if they just wanted to hit Scraggy with Sacred Fire. Never even saw Brave Bird. I assumed they had Brave Bird. With this many turns of Trick Room, I should just protect. I'll go for a Foul Play into Iron Hands. See if that does enough. Maybe they're clever and they hit the Scraggy here. No, they didn't call that. Okay. Yeah, you need Fake Out to be enough to beat the Calyrex. And then just take hits from Scraggy and sweep my Miraidon under Trick Room. I guess. That would have been too hard. Anyway, good game. Alright, we've got Calyrex-Ice, Lunala, hard Trick Room. The hardest Trick Room of all time. They've got Indeedee Female, Torkoal, Ursaluna, Guts Form, and Raging Bolt. Okay. They're going to set Trick Room, I'm guessing. Fake Out's not going to be particularly effective because of their Indeedee, because they have a Ghost. Intimidate is nice against the bear, I guess. Torkoal being slower than my whole team is terrifying. We have Fire Tera here. Water Tera here. Miraidon, not the worst thing in the world, but not crazy good. I'm going to go Scraggy, mostly because Scraggy is good. And I'm also going to just lead it with Calyrex-Ice. I think maybe my play is just start throwing coachings as fast as I can. Who cares if Trick Room's up or not? I'm going to coach, I'm going to coach, I'm going to coach. I'm going to Fire Tera if you threaten Torkoal. Farigiraf could be nice. Control of Trick Room. Great physical defense, but only great physical defense if I set electric terrain, so I'm going to bring Miraidon. Wish me luck with that one. I think Miraidon could work as a fast sweeper in this game. I know it's a slow Miraidon, but it's going to be faster than their whole team. So if I can control Trick Room with my double Trick Room users, make sure it's turned off and then Miraidon comes in, could work. And they don't have a trainer card, so what chance do they really have? Alright, Indeedee and their own Calyrex. Okay. Something tells me they're going to Trick Room, but I have a min-speed Calyrex, so go ahead. I'm just going to throw out Foul Play. We did see their ability go first on their Calyrex, so maybe I'm the one who wants Trick Room. Alright, there's Psychic Seed Indeedee. could bring in Miraidon and fake out the Calyrex. I actually really like that. Then I would consider Volt Switch out into my own Calyrex again. And start spamming Foul Play. Did you go for a Follow Me? You did. That's fun. I love it. I love it. Alright, yes, I would love to Foul Play your Calyrex, and I would love to Volt Switch your Calyrex. If you have Tera Ground Indeedee, GG, I guess. But Indeedee has a good shot of trying to swap here. Cali Protect. I'm guessing Indeedee Trick Room then. Good play. Bit annoying. But if you Trick Room, my Calyrex gets to come in pretty happy. The Scraggy's going to be the slowest thing on the field. I'll be able to get a coaching boost onto my Calyrex as it comes in. So yeah, maybe I should have gone Volt Switch into Indeedee there. I was a little more worried about Indeedee swapping out though, and they do have Ursaluna. Just like in case they wanted their terrain back later. I could have seen that be the play. In that case, they probably would have protected Calyrex too. Was the right play to hard swap Miraidon last turn? Maybe. But I do like that I finally baited them into going for the Trick Room. Though maybe they were going for the Trick Room the whole time. Who knows? All I know is my Calyrex will hopefully like this better than theirs. Helping Hand. Okay, that cancels out my defense boost a bit, and does presumably a ton of damage to Scraggy. Yeah, a ton of damage to Scraggy. Now you're gonna, what, follow me? I would love to Endeavor their Calyrex, but that doesn't seem to be in the cards. I think getting another coaching is probably the way to go. Just went for Helping Hand. I could have gotten the Endeavor play off. Wow. But another coaching, I don't mind that. That's pretty nice, honestly. Maybe they don't even go after my Calyrex. Maybe they go after Calyrex with like high horsepower here. Gonna lose Indeedee, most likely. It's a bit of a chunk to Calyrex, but I really wish... I mean, as long as Scraggy's still alive. Not gonna happen. Okay. I'm guessing Torkoal, which is scariest. I need to bring in Farigiraf now. Control the Trick Room. Probably Torkoal, if they have it. Ursaluna, I don't mind that. Oh, I really don't mind that. Oh, I'd like to see that. I'm totally cool with that. I think I'm just gonna go Foul Play on their Cali. And Glacial Lance spam. Bear might protect. Cali's not gonna appreciate this double up. With the Electric Seed boost, I'm not too threatened until they get the burn. Defensive Tera. On Calyrex-Ice? On the bear. Oh, they're attacking? Fighting Tera. Interesting. Glacial Lance won't one-shot now, but it's still gonna do a chunk. And they protect their horse. Okay. They are min speed bear, we speed tie, and they won the speed tie here. Earthquake with no burn is not going to do anything of value. Yeah, we're alright. And your electric immunity just got turned off. So, ooh, that one shot. How did that, okay. I'll take it. I will take it. We were at like +3. I was thinking we were +2. I forgot we knocked out Indeedee with this. +3. Yeah, that could do it. Well, they had Indeedee. They had Ursaluna. Who's the last? Lunala. Cool. Very cool. I think the play is now high horsepower, though. I'm gonna go Helping Hand, Calyrex, high horsepower. How's this Trick Room looking? Last turn? I don't mind that. Helping Hand the Cali. Tera Fire just so we don't get got by like Moongeist Beam this turn. High horsepower to finish off their Calyrex. We should have enough attack boost now, plus the Helping Hand, to be able to knock them out. And then I'm guessing Miraidon can handle their Lunala. Not that the Lunala is going to be able to knock out all of our Mons anyway. Boom. Goodbye, horse. No Torkoal is surprising, honestly. I guess they knew we would have a defensive Tera for it. Meteor Beam! Okay, well, wasted my Tera. Alright, this would be absolutely insane. No, they used their Tera. I was going to say they could have some sort of defensive Tera, but no, they used it on the Ursaluna. Fighting for some reason. Just don't click a spread move because they could have Wide Guard. Even then, Foul Play will wear them down eventually. Yeah, Foul Play plus Electro Drift should clean this game up. Meteor Beam was a cool tech. Guess I should have seen that coming. They probably have Meteor Beam, Expanding Force, Moongeist Beam, Protect, or Trick Room. Probably don't even have Wide Guard now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, Moongeist at +1, not going to try to take out my Miraidon. Maybe some Miraidons, but not this one. This one's tanky. Foul Play probably does it from here. Yep. Good game. Very cool. Scraggy with the coaching boost. With the fake out. Doing so good. Thank you, Scraggy. And go get a trainer card. Alright, let's see what Scraggy can do against a... Wow. Okay, Gastrodon, Shadow Rider, Iron Hands, Zacian, Kilowattrel, and Fluttermane. That is cooking right there. Okay. Gastrodon? Kilowattrel? Yo. Alright, well, I definitely want to go Trick Room. I'm a little worried about popping Fire Tera, but I might need to in some scenarios. I think Scraggy's the way. I don't see any reason why Scraggy wouldn't be the way. Scraggy's just the way. Alright, and if we're going Trick Room, Iron Hands can obviously do some powerful things. Gastrodon is so awkward. How am I handling Gastrodon? I guess late game Draco Meteor? This is a slow-ish Miraidon, so... I mean, it's a slow Miraidon for sure, so in Trick Room it can work pretty well anyway. But it's not going to be slower than Gastrodon. In fact, if they're the min-speed Gastrodon, that's probably slower than Scraggy. I don't know that they would do that, though. I guess Farigiraf is viable as well. But I don't think I have enough offense if I bring Scraggy and Farigiraf into this one in particular. Well, we'll see what happens. Scraggy v Gastrodon. Gastrodon's almost crazier. Cool trainer card. It looks like you're like looking up at the rain. 2 ghost types! Boo! Alrighty, I guess I won't fake out then. Poor Scraggy. I'm so sorry, Scraggy. This would be a great situation to have brought in Farigiraf. If Farigiraf was on the field here, it would just be like, cool, I'll set Trick Room, no problem. We gotta defensively Tera Calyrex and set Trick Room. That's the only way we have to win this game. Those Pokemon are so fast. If I don't get Trick Room up, I lose. So I need to set Trick Room, and I need to commit Tera to do it. If that means Scraggy has to go down to a Moonblast, then that's what Scraggy has to do. I'll click Foul Play into the Calyrex. Alright, they're not terraspalizing anything, so throwing out a random Fake Out would not have resulted in anything of value. There's a good chance Calyrex can take this double up and get the Trick Room up. If they have Taunt Flutter Mane, that's a bit annoying. They protected Calyrex, so there is a chance they just went Taunt here. Yeah, they did. Cool. Fine. That's pretty awkward, but not the end of the world, because they didn't do any damage there. Now we can just throw Glacial Lance and Foul Play Calyrex. I guess it depends. If they Moonblast right into Scraggy, that's going to be rough. Fairy Tera. They're worried about the Scraggy. I don't think they have the juice to knock out Scraggy, is what they're telling me here. Yeah, they're going hard into Cali. Not gonna be enough. Yeah, not really. Not even as close as I was thinking it might be. Then we get a beautiful knockout on Fluttermane. Whoa. Okay. That's pretty cool. The Foul Play is going to do absolutely nothing now that they tear it, though. We do have Fake Out for Calyrex now. We have 2 Fake Out users. Zacian is a big threat. Is there any way we would ever get Trick Room up? Probably not. I can swap Cali into hands here just so they don't get a boost. I would also like to get Scraggy back in for Intimidate though. Can't protect. So there's going to be an Astral Barrage and most likely a Play Rough into Scraggy. Is there any way out of this? Scraggy does not have Protect. I think I Glacial Lance. I don't think it... Oh, wait, Draining Kiss. Wait. Oh, that's enough for the Scraggy. Okay. I did time out on what I was doing with Scraggy, but I knew it wouldn't matter. And Sacred Sword is enough for... Okay, it's enough for Calyrex. I was wondering, is that going to be enough? Apparently it is. Alright, Iron Hands Miraidon. They have no reason not to double protect. And they have so much health now on their Calyrex. They could have Gastrodon still. Iron Hands. Oh boy. They're going to most likely double protect, but they could also call it and go for an attack. If they call it and go for an attack, I need to hit the thing they attack with, which would be Zacian. Calyrex goes for Protect. Tell me you got greedy and didn't do it. Okay, they did do it. That's the safe play. Yeah, I am destroyed. That lead was just so bad. Oh boy. Alright, they were fully ready for Scraggy. I don't really see... Okay, how do I win this? Zacian has to go for Play Roughs that miss. Calyrex might not be able to KO anything. I can knock it out with Wild Charge. Zacian misses and gets Electro Drifted. That's my win con. Calyrex doesn't have enough juice to KO. And Zacian just misses. Astral Barrage, I don't think that's going to be enough to KO, but if they're using this so that they don't have to play rough, that's a smart play. They do play rough, but they connect. I do think Wild Charge is enough onto Calyrex. Yeah, so what's their last? If it's Gastrodon, I don't see how I win against that. If it's their own Iron Hands, I don't see how I win against that. What was their last Pokemon? And can they miss enough with Zacian to make it work? See, if they had missed that Play Rough, I would have gotten a double KO there. And then Iron Hands versus an Electro Drifting Miraidon and my own Iron Hands would have been pretty close. There's no way I beat Iron Hands. They're going to fake out. They're going to get a free... They're probably just going to go for Behemoth Blade now. Or Sacred Sword. Which one would be stronger? Sacred Sword would be. Nope, they just click Play Rough. They don't even fake out. They're willing to risk it. Okay. So I guess as long as Play Rough is on the table, I was still in that game technically. But I'm kind of disappointed they didn't bring Gastrodon. But they knew what they needed to do to beat Scraggy. Ah, good game. They must have played against Scraggy a bunch. Alright, we've got Zacian Koraidon. They got Chenpao, they got Walking Wake, they got Rock Pond, and they got Thundurus. Thundurus is cool. Alright, what do I need to do? They have so much speed. They have possibly Prankster Taunt. They have Redirection. They have a lot that Calyrex doesn't want to fight. And even a couple answers for when I Tera Fire. That's cool. Getting Trick Room up is big. I need to do everything I can to ensure that happens. Scraggy is nice. So is Farigiraf. Is it ever Scraggy Farigiraf? That is so passive. It could be Calyrex Scraggy with Farigiraf in the back so I can swap in to block a Prankster Taunt. The Intimidate will be pretty useful. And Miraidon is actually slower than like their whole team, which is kind of funny. I think these are the four I need to go with. Treads doesn't do anything. Iron Hands is quite good here. I will admit, not having Iron Hands is a little iffy, but I'm going to count on Scraggy's Intimidate making it a little bit more useful for the team. Just my restricteds are doing damage this game. No trainer card. Alright, we've got Chenpao Zacian. Intimidate is perfect here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I love the Intimidate here. Yeah, you got abilities, I got abilities, everybody's got an ability. And they all go off in the order you would expect, so. No Scarf Chenpao shenanigans or anything like that, or Iron Ball Zacian, I don't know, that doesn't even make sense. Alright, so we Trick Room, and Tera Fire. I'm going to go for the Fake Out into Zacian. It's far less likely to be Tera Ghost. Yeah, that's the play. Chenpaos are often Tera Ghost. Don't want to throw a Fake Out into that. The Zacian is also more threatening to Scraggy. If I Tera Fire Crunch at -1, being neutral is probably the worst thing I'm gonna see. I guess, like, Sacred Sword into Scraggy, but that's not even gonna KO it, so that's fine. Alright, no Teras. Flinch. They have Crunch. Not so bad. They can't drop our defense because of our Clear Amulet. Alright, I think I'm gonna just launch Glacial Lance. It'll break the Sash on Chen Pao anyway. Don't need to risk missing high horsepower. And I'll just throw a Coaching. Getting a defense boost in front of these guys would be fantastic. Yeah, see, if I had just thrown high horsepower, I would have gotten nothing done. Sucker Punch crit. That's pretty massive. Well done on that. Good crit. Good crit. Very sneaky. The next one, assuming it doesn't crit, I now have +1 defense, and their attack was at -1 anyway, so should do a lot less. I think I am happy to Glacial Lance again. Question is, Endeavor or Foul Play into Zacian, maybe? Endeavor does do a decent chunk. I'll go Endeavor. Chen Pao Protect. That's fine. That didn't do much, okay. Foul Play would have probably done about the same. I guess another Coaching boost would have been better. Let's see how much this does. Almost enough. Play rough with Scraggy. You know what? That's okay. He wasn't the threat. Do I want to go Farigiraf or do I want to go Miraidon? I think I want to just... I think I want to go Farigiraf, because then I don't have to lock into a move yet. You can't Sucker Punch me. I get to Glacial Lance. If you have a swap into Glacial Lance, it's... You really don't. But I'll throw out a move anyway, just in case you switch into, like, Ogerpon and live on Sturdy. I can finish that off. They are doing pretty solid at stalling turns, at least. I think I only have one more turn of Trick Room after this. So I hit Chen Pao, then they protected Chen Pao, then I hit Chen Pao, and then I get one more. Yeah, one more turn of Trick Room, which is a lot, honestly. Unfortunately, they just went for a Protect on Zacian, so I don't think they'll do it again. Meaning Trick Room play to extend Trick Room probably isn't the way to go. Yeah, because I have the option right now to click Trick Room with both of my Mons. The first one would end Trick Room, the second one would reset it. If they double Protect, that's absolutely the play. But I think the play is just Glacial Lance, because they can't successfully protect Zacian. And I'm going to back it up with Psychic, so I don't have to touch the Spiky Shield. The Spiky Shield, if they went for double Protect with Zacian, I should have redone Trick Room. Ooh, and they get the double Protect. Impressive. Alright, the only way they stop Farigiraf from getting Trick Room up is to double into Farigiraf. So I have a lose condition if I protect Calyrex and Trick Room with Farigiraf. However, they haven't burned Tera yet either, so Miraidon's going to have a hard time sweeping. I'm going to click Glacial Lance Trick Room. I'm terrified. But I think it's the right play. If they double into Farigiraf, which is what they'll need to do, Ooh, doubling into Farigiraf might not even do it. It doesn't do it! Oh, they are so done. Oh boy. Yeah, this was definitely the right play. I thought, yeah, I figured they're gonna see the way out being I protect Calyrex, they double Farigiraf and knock it out. But it didn't work out. You know, I guess I had another play there. I could have swapped in Miraidon for the Calyrex, which would give me the Electric Seed on Farigiraf, which would have given me more than enough defense to handle it. Huh. I think that might have been a better play than what I went for. But what I went for worked out, so can't really complain. If they stay their typing to resist foul play, they'll go down to Glacial Lance. So foul play is probably the play here. Yeah. With how many attack boosts I've taken with this Calyrex, I've taken 2 KOs and got, is it 2 KOs? Yeah, 2 KOs and a boost from coaching. Foul play will do a decent chunk. And plus my Miraidon is most likely slower than their Miraidon. Big damage from Glacial Lance, even though you resist. Foul play, not enough. Okay. Take out my +1 defense. Yes. Good job. You did it. Calyrex is down. You win. Oh, unless I have like another restricted or something. So now your play is what? Follow me, the Farigiraf's hit. And then hope you move before Miraidon. Crit it with Collision Course. Protect until you get out of Trick Room and then hit Farigiraf, which would be a double protect. That's not an insane play. I'm just going to pick Dazzling Gleam and move it for you, so it's not going to matter. But that is the play that gets you potentially still in the game. But this Miraidon is just so slow. If your Koraidon's slower than that, that's crazy. Yeah, it's not. Good game. Whew. Okay, that was fun. That worked. And Scraggy made it all possible. Sure, he went down in one shot, but the support from Scraggy was super important. You think Farigiraf's gonna take those hits if we didn't Intimidate earlier? Nah. Good game. And we are back. I think Scraggy performed phenomenally. Sure, it got knocked out pretty early in all the matches it did well in, but that's because the opponent knew it was a threat. And it had already done enough damage. The game was over as soon as Scraggy hit the field, let's be honest. Including the one that we lost, because Scraggy didn't do too well in that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But anyways, I'm Jordy, and alright, peace.